I have many friends. People know me a lot. When I started the business, I couldn't take it easy. They made fun of me, they mocked me, they discouraged me, and many of my friends rejected me. Whenever I come close to them, they used to laugh at me and they would be like, even poverty has caught hold on you that you couldn't get any job than to be a finance vendor. I was like, hell, is it like to be a finance vendor is a sin?
Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ambassador Vix and I'm back with another interesting video. If it's your first time locating this channel, kindly subscribe, you comment, like, and you share for us to inspire ourselves. Today, there's a young gentleman of which I'm coming to talk to who has turned the street of Takwa as his office. So this gentleman dresses like a banker, goes to the street to sell ice cream, what people say yogurt. So welcome to my channel.
Oh, thank you so much. Viceman TV, I appreciate the opportunity that I've had to meet you today.
Why the level?
Oh,
Your level has a connection with how you're dressing.
yeah, it has a connection with how I'm dressed, but at the same time, it has a connection with some misfortunes that has happened in the past years and in the months. You know, we the humans, sometimes we have a notion that each and everyone has a class, standard, levels, the way of living and all that. Even when you are going for a lady, you want to propose to a lady, they wish that you come according to your level, your class, to propose to that lady. So therefore, I've had some setbacks in relationship. I haven't been lucky in relationship. And because of that, whenever I propose to someone, because of my background and the things I've done, not bad things, but like where I'm coming from, they feel like I'm not in their class, I'm not in their level to carry them along with when we come to the notion of relationship. So therefore, when I started this business, the way I carry myself, my dress code and everything, people feel like, oh, the kids especially, they will be like, this man, he has a high class of levels, the way he carry himself in the business. So before, I never had the name. It wasn't I myself that chose the name. It was the streets, they gave me the name. So the kids, they used to say, this man, he has a high class of levels in terms of selling. So anytime I go out, there was a guy, his name is Tuga. He once told me that, oh wow, I'm doing a great work, but if I could get a name that will represent me, like whenever I'm coming from afar, people will be like, oh, Levels is coming. Yes. They will know that he is the one coming. So at the time, I never had the name, but I sat down, I prayed about it to know which name I would choose for myself.
Prayed about it?
Yeah, I prayed. I don't joke with prayers. Okay. I prayed about it, and the name that came in my mind was Levels.
Levels.
And I was like, this one, people have been making fun of me to say, you are not in my class, you can't date me, I can't be your girlfriend, or you are not accepted in this place. You don't have that qualification or that level to be in this position. So I felt my rejection should be my success. Okay, anything that I feel like I'm being rejected, I'm disqualified from that thing, I need to use that as my weapon.
That motivates you?
Yeah, it motivates me more to do something. Right. So I carry the name Levels because of that.
Okay, so Levels, let me ask you this question. What motivated you to be or to venture into this business?
Well, I traveled outside the country, and I'm someone, the church that I attend the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Okay. And they teaches us that we need to take down our life experience. We need to make records of our life and also the things that we do in daily basis. So therefore, I was trained that way. So I write in my journal all the time. Sometimes the dreams that I have, my personal vision, I have a vision board and some other things. So when I traveled, I dreamt that I was selling Fanice and I was having this dress code, a white top with a tie and slack, dressed in like a professional way. Okay, and when I came back from my journey back to Ghana, that was last year, March 18th, I came home and 2 weeks, like I was trying to find a job to do.
Where did you go?
So I traveled to Nigeria. Okay. So I went to different states, and when I came back, I was trying to find a job to do because I'm not that kind of lazy. I am very ambitious in anything that I do. I have passion for anything I get my hands into. So I went for different places, even supermarkets and other places. I couldn't get a job. So I came back home. I was filled with sadness and sorrow. And whilst I was in that situation, I felt prompted to visit my journal, my personal journal.
What you have been writing?
Yeah, I've been writing.
Okay.
Just to read, to motivate myself, to know the mistakes I've been doing in the past and correct them. And whilst I was reading pages by pages, randomly, I got hooked onto that page whereby I wrote that dream. And I was like, wow, I really wrote this?
So, if I'm understanding what you are saying, you had a dream that you are selling yogurt,
Yeah.
dressed in this way.
Yeah.
So, how did your family, how did your friends, how did your close ones respond to your decision to start this business?
Oh, quite enough. It's very funny. When I decided to start this business or to start this job, I told my mom, because my mom is center to everything I do in this life. So when I told her about what I'm about to do, she was kind of like discouraged. She was like, you've traveled outside the country and you came back to find a job to do. You just started with this business or this job. And she felt discouraged at that moment. I have many friends. People know me a lot. When I started the business, I couldn't take it easy. They made fun of me. They mocked me. They discouraged me. And many of my friends rejected me. Whenever I come close to them, they used to laugh at me and they would be like, even poverty has caught hold on you that you couldn't get any job than to be a Fanice vendor. I was like, hell, is it like to be a Fanice vendor is a sin, or what does it, like, it doesn't make sense to me. But every visionary man is a madman, because you care less of what people say about you. All that you think about is your end result, where you are going. So that was what was keeping me going. But when I worked for about 1 month, I was so discouraged and I nearly quitted, because I'm a human. I feel sad sometimes. Okay, no one on this earth is perfect except the one who created us. So I was once there in the house, so discouraged and feeling sorrowful, and as if it was a trance, like a dream. And in the dream, I saw myself sitting close to a gutter. Okay, and I was crying. I was shedding tears. And as I glanced my eyes sideways, I saw a man coming from afar, dressed in white clothing, as if like he's a rich man, the way he's dressed and everything. So as he walked towards me, as he got to the part that I was sitting, he asked me why I was crying. And I told him that I'm a Fanice vendor and I sell Fanice as a living. But my friends, they laugh at me because of the job I do. And it really discouraged me in anything that I do now. So I feel like stopping or quitting from this job. So the man told me he stretched forth his hand for me to hold his hand. And I hold him boldly. I never knew the reason why, but something told me to hold his hand. So I hold his hand, and with a glance of an eye, I realized we were in a big house. And there was a long table, like a dining table. And there was only 2 chairs, one for him and one for a visitor. So as we went there in the room, he asked me to sit down. He gave me the chair. He bid me to sit down. I sat, and he also sat. And on the table, there were all kinds of variety of food. In fact, I was filled with happiness at that moment, because there were some of the foods I haven't had a taste before.
Continental Chinese food?
Yeah, it's amazing. And when it happened like that, we started eating. And as we had like those enjoyments whilst I was dining with him, he started asking me everything, details about what I'm doing and everything. And he started encouraging me of what I'm doing. I can't remember what he said, but it was a form of motivation and encouragement.
All right. So would you say that that man is God or what?
Well, it is not God, but I might say he is a God sent. Because,
Angel?
okay, maybe if I continue further, you'll get to know him. So, for a time, he decided to go inside the room. He went there and came back, and he asked me to stand so that he can escort me. So when we left from the room, with a glance of an eye, we were at the same place that he picked me.
Okay. Where you were sitting?
Yeah, where I was sitting at the gutter. But before we left, he introduced himself that he's Osei Kwame Despite. And I was so surprised. That was my first time meeting the man. Or that was my first time seeing him, his image. Because I've never had a thought of him before. I've heard of his name, that he is a great man.
Never a glance at him.
No, I've never seen him anywhere or even a picture of him before. So when he introduced his name, I was happy. Like, if I've met such a great man, that means he's going to give me a huge amount of money to solve my own problem. So I was happy. So
Did he?
So, so when we got back to where I was sitting at the first place, at the gutter, he decided to leave from the place. But before that, he motivated me again. And before he left, he stretched forth his hand for me to shake him. But he was holding a fist.
Okay.
So when I stretched forth my hand, he got hold of my hand. And I felt something in my palm. There was something.
Money, gold,
like a paper or like a check.
Okay.
So I was so much happy. I was super excited at that moment. And when he left hold of my hand, I couldn't see him again. He was gone. So I decided to open the paper. Maybe it's a check or something like that, or a paper. I don't know what it is. But when I opened my palm, it was a piece of paper. And it was a written note.
What was written in it?
So he wrote, "It's simply a matter of time." I was like, this man, why? You just gave me a piece of paper. For what? What will I do with this piece of paper? I'm in a serious situation whereby I need money to solve my problems, my house rent and some other stuff I haven't paid. I have to pay them off and so many things that I need to take care of.
Okay.
So I was mixed with different kinds of ideas. By the time I realized I was out of the dream,
So
or the dream.
Your dream and everything motivated you to be in this business.
Okay, so the dream motivated me to continue on what I started. So from there, I continue to see miracles happening in my life. It's not like a huge amount of money coming down from heaven. But the thing is, I became wise in so many things, and I became aware of things that I never noticed before. Okay, and I've always wished to meet the man in person, because anytime I post on my page, Levels Yughurt on Facebook, Levels Yughurt on Twitter, like I post the man on my page, on my Facebook story, even my WhatsApp, I post him a lot. And I wish to see him, not just for money, but I feel my success story is being connected to the man, some way, somehow, because from that time, I've been able to read his biography, how he started everything. He went to Nigeria, came back.
So would you like to meet him?
Yeah, it will be one of the greatest achievements I will ever have in my life, because I see myself becoming a great person. And to become such a great person, you need to have a role model. Okay, I can say it's my godfather. The way I cherish the man and I adore him, people sometimes ask me on the street, because they used to see it on my Facebook story and WhatsApp. They ask me, have you met this man? But I haven't met him before. And I was opportune to meet the MP of Tarkwa and some great men. And I feel I am getting closer to where I wish to be, although it's not far distance.
So would you say you made the right choice to be in this business?
Yeah. To do this job is one of the greatest achievements I've ever had in my life, ever since I was born. And at the same time, I've learned so much wisdom doing this business. Okay, financially and socially, I've learned so much. In fact, doing sales business opens up your mind a lot when it's come to socialization and finance.
Okay. So what are you going to say to the people who were discouraging you when you were starting this business?
Well, the one thing funny is that those people who discourage you, that's what you have started is not going to get you anywhere, or it's not relevant in their eyes. Perhaps I will not say they don't know what they are doing, but it's just that sometimes pains makes you do things that you are not ready to do.
Makes you stronger.
Yeah, it makes you stronger. And if you want to have anything special in your life, you need to start doing things that you've never done before. Family will reject you, friends will reject you, even your best friends, your loved ones will reject you. But if you are lucky enough, you might get some people who loves you so much, who want to support your dream. So I just want to say, nothing in this life will discourage me anymore. not even my mom,
Okay.
no one.
Okay.
So those who wish that they want to start something with their life, they just need to focus on their destination. Trust me, I see myself in the next 5 or 6 years, 7 years to come, to be a great person.
Asan, what's it? Asan, what's it?
You got an answer. So I see myself in the next 5 or 6 years to come to be a great person, international businessman. That is how I feel. The desire I have now, that is what I feel now.
So, what is your last advice to the youth of Ghana?
We cannot be fixed in the same place. Okay, if all of us were to work in the mining area, who is going to sell tomato in the market for you to buy? No.
That's a good question.
So you need to innovate areas whereby you can make a living. You can live life and enjoy. Okay. In fact, I don't get enough money in this business. But the thing is, what makes me happy so much is that where I'm going. Always, people will see me on the road and will be like, oh, bossu, bossu. It's not like I like the praises. It's not like I want to be affluent in anything I do. But it's just that I have seen the vision where I will be in the next few years. So I'm always happy. When you see my posts, I see I'm a billionaire or like I'm a rich guy. But the thing is, the vision that I have of where I want to be makes me smile at all times. So I'm happy for what I'm doing.
So, what's your social media handle so that people could follow you?
Okay, so when you go on Facebook, it's Levels Yughurt. My personal account is Shadrach Tando. You can follow me on Facebook. And my social handle, like on Facebook, as I said, is Levels Yughurt. On Twitter, it's Levels Yughurt. And even Instagram, it's Shadrach Tando. I haven't created Levels Yughurt on Instagram. Maybe soon enough, I'll start on that area.
So, Levels, thank you so much for talking to me.
It's a great opportunity, and I just want to remind the people out there who is listening to me. There's one thing: I'm someone who never went to the senior high school, or I don't have any higher qualification. I only completed junior high school, and I have a rough time whilst I was growing up. But hustling and like struggles has really motivated, has given me all this confidence to do things that sometimes seems unrealistic to people. Because I am self-educated. I read books a lot, and that is why I'm, even not to boast in myself, being fluent in how I speak my English. So I haven't acquired senior high school or like university.
Higher education.
No, I only completed junior high school, and people don't believe because of how I affiliate with them.
So, like I said, thank you so much for talking to me. As a matter of fact, I respect how you carry yourself and everything. I believe that, as you just said, your destination, your future of everything that you've started will be fruitful. Thank you so much.
Yeah.